So, Mark, one of the things that I thought from our previous discussions, which normally are around Chuys, and I'm waiting for them to get back to Chuys, was what are you doing right now, and what are some of the cool things that we can be doing from a personal development, professional development?
So personally, I do what I always do. I read for an hour a day. I've done that for 57 years now. I plan on doing it until I wake up dead. And if I can, I'll do it after that. That's kind of what I do personally. Professionally, it's just, so we're in this COVID mess, right? And we can either go, woe is me, we're in this COVID mess, or we can just say, screw it, and work through it to the other side. That's kind of my message to my team every day is, look, we're here. We can't not be here. It'd be really cool if we could flip a switch. That's not possible. We're here. We're getting through it. It's a positive message. Let's focus on what we can control and not worry about what we can't. And we're going to get through this. And we are. The stores are doing well. It's just, I think it's a matter of mindset right now. I think is critically important because if you let yourself get run over by this bus, you will be.
Yeah, absolutely. With the mindset. So you've got some interesting pieces of art behind you. Can you tell me what is the Mark Smith inspiration for how you decorate your office? Because I know you've got that big ass wooden desk that I always love.
That's New York City, my favorite place on the planet. I can't get nothing.
Okay.
This is anywhere you want it to be in an open road. Maybe it's in Utah, maybe it's in Wyoming, maybe it's Virginia post-Holocaust. I don't know. Whitewater trips down the Gully, Tofino, British Columbia, Petty go-kart racing, the inlet at Canada Beach, Oregon. That's San Francisco. Over here, you got Haystack Rock out in Canada Beach, Oregon. Again, a favorite place. That's about 11,000 feet on the side of Mount Rainier. Jimi Hendrix, a motto that I think we can all live by, and the boys.
Yes. I love the boys. Are the boys there?
Yeah, here. Yeah. You guys, come here.
Here, yeah. You wouldn't forgive me if I didn't show you this. Here, can you see him? Can you see your boy?
Yeah, mine are doing the same thing.
So I had to readjust where I sat in the house because he was not able to be seen in the camera, and people I'd hop on a Zoom call and they'd be like, hey, where's Guinness? And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll sit in a place where Guinness can be seen behind me. So what I've learned is that people just want to see Guinness.
Where's that? There's that.
So the thing that strikes me is you could not get two different more different places between Times Square and this abandoned road behind you. Maybe,
I don't know. Times Square 4 times a year, 4 days, 3 nights. The one hotel in Brooklyn's right on the waterfront. It's everything all the time versus that is just someplace I go when about every 2 years I take 2 weeks and just disappear, and I disappear to places like that.
Have you still been doing your schedule of disappearing during this time? I know you told me there's 2 days a week
I'm not
you're disappearing.
Right. That's basically a little petri dish of stuff. So while I'm not really worried about Corona, neither am I going to take a stupid risk. And I also think it's important right now, especially doing what we do, front-facing retail in an essential business. I think it's important that I'm out there. I say hi to folks every day. I walk the stores every day. I'm literally in every store every day, 7 days a week. Just the message and be the face of this and get out there and go. And, later this year, sometime next year, I'll disappear again. Always.
That's one thing I love is that you always take care of you. But if I'm going to say that you take care of your team first. So that's one of the things that I have noticed, especially during COVID, is You're taking care of your team.
Well, think about it, Bunny. There's so much noise out there, right? There's so many opinions parading as facts. They're not facts. This is political. This is partisan. This is some education base. But we're in a world where we don't know what we don't know. As a lot of people are, my people are nervous. They probably still are. They're a lot less nervous today than they were 8 weeks ago. We're kind of past the sky is falling phase. But I still think it's important to let them know, look, check out everything that's going on around us. We've got cars, we've got action, we're seeing people. We're going to get through this. And it may not register with you, but you got to spend a few, this simple idea that there's a boatload of people that have it a hell of a lot worse than we do. There was a nurse in here yesterday from MCV. We had a good chat. She just got off of 5 days of 16 hours a day. 5 straight days, 16 hours. You could tell by her body language, she was poached. And I just said, take one of my cars, go home, go to bed, and we'll worry about all this other nonsense. We'll deliver your car to you when we're done. There's a lot of people out there working their asses off on the front line, first responders. There's a lot of people who lost jobs, and we're not in a bad spot, and we just need to make sure we remind ourselves of that over and over and over.
Is that what you say when you wake up in the morning? Like, is that what gets you out of bed and gives you the juice to go talk to your team 7 days a week?
You know this about
I don't
me,
know
right?
if I want to ask you what the first thing that comes. I don't know, Mark, if I want to ask you what the first thing that goes through your mind in the morning is.
We'll keep this relatively Disney. So, I'm a morning guy. I get up at 4:30. I'm out the door by 5:30 late. My most productive hours are between then and probably 2. If you ask me anything I really need to think about after 3 or 4 o'clock, you're way, way past diminishing returns. So I don't generally have a hard time getting myself up. I kind of take that approach anyway. We've got choices to make, and I'm just not a big fan of either.
All right. So I don't know if I want to, I want to go back to Chuys. Are you going back to Chuys anytime soon?
Yeah, I'll go as soon as they're open.
You're going to bring it in?
Patty and I went out. Huh? Repeat that? Patty and I went out.
No,
Saturday night.
I said, when are we going? And you said when they're open.
Yeah, I think they're open. I don't know, but I know you've got some other issues you got to worry about. So it's a hell of a lot easier for me to go than it is you. But no, I would go in a heartbeat. Yeah, I wouldn't hesitate.
What else should I ask you?
Bunny, you're one of the few people in my world where there's nothing off limits. So let me turn that around and say, what else would you like to ask? Be really careful.
I want to ask you what you want to ask me. I mean, it's a discussion. What do you want to ask me?
What?
It wasn't an interview. It's a discussion.
What's
What?
Okay, now you caught me off guard here. What are you hearing? What are you hearing out and about? What do you think of all this mess? We're here. We're going to get through it. We're going to work through it. I shared more good deeds with you. I think that's our most forward-facing idea yet, to say, let's just go out and do something good, small. Hope exists in small gestures. Let's go out and really make ourselves the manifestation of that. And it's not a bad habit to have 365 days a year.
No. So you share that with me. And on one hand, Mark, so I struggle because on one hand, I think it's an amazing campaign. On the other hand, the fact that we have to make this a thing, as a human, frustrates me. You know, that doing good deeds is something that is not in human nature. You know, I spend a whole lot of time with horses, and so, you know, I equated the toilet paper emergency to the fact that horses would never overeat a pasture, you know, for the sake of it. Like it's just not good for the herd. And so I think as humans in the past couple months, I've seen a lot of demonstration of not doing what's best for humanity, but doing what's best for you. And so I'm inspired by the June MOR Good Deeds. I plan on participating with it. And, you know, and then there's a part of me that says, you know, Monday's Memorial Day. I wish that every day we could be thankful and recognize the sacrifices that are made. So those are my thoughts on that. And you asked me, what am I hearing? I'm hearing that our hospitals never went over 30% usage of their ventilators and their available COVID beds. And so, you know, that makes me feel like we are good, you know, and like somebody like me that, like you said, or you didn't say, but I'll say I'm immunocompromised because of my heart condition, that there's resources out there that I can go out into the community and I can re-engage in the community. So, and I believe that basically in order to stay sane, instead of being preached to, we need to do what we're doing exactly right now and just have discussions about how we're feeling in the present moment and our thoughts and what we can do to make today a little bit better. And if you add up all the todays, I don't know what you get in your math equation, but I get a pretty damn good life.
So a lot of possible tangents there. There's a large segment of the population that's controlled by BSOs. You know what BSO is? It's a bright, shiny object.
Okay, because I was starting with BS in a whole different fashion, Mark.
No, bright, shiny object. And COVID right now, and please understand, I'm not making light of this. This disease has killed a lot of people. This virus has killed a lot of people. And it's probably not done. So I get it. And we take all the precautions here we can take. We've got masks available for people who want them. But, you know, you've got, on one hand, you've got a very small population of medical professionals talking about COVID and viral issues and what that means. You've got a whole bunch of knuckleheads imposing their belief system or their opinion on us as a fact. And it's not. You know, you've heard 30% of the beds aren't occupied. Patty and I had a conversation with a nurse here in Short Pump yesterday who said we are 100% full. And the girl looked exhausted, physically exhausted. The fact is, somewhere between here and there is a middle, and I'm not smart enough to know where that is. You know, That's a fairly low bar using me as your intellect gauge, but there's a thing you got to think about. We hear so much noise coming at us. It's kind of like when there's a flood or there's a tsunami or there's whatever, and then poof, Obama and Bush show up on TV and say, oh my God, look at this flooded area. Please send your money there. And I'm not making light of that, but that's why the world gave us NGOs. That's why we've got non-government organizations. The $100 you send them that leaves Richmond, one, will be inefficiently allocated in all likelihood, and two, won't be applied to Richmond. My thought process is let's focus local, let's keep it local, let's be local. There are 53,000 kids in Central Virginia that may not eat today. I have a big issue with that. And I want those kids fed. We need blood in our blood banks right now. I have a big issue with that. So if we can just engage people, and I would push back on your comment a little bit. Once people understand, I mean, yes, we launched MOR Good Deeds formally yesterday. The feedback has been stunning. I had 11 conversations about it yesterday. 9 of whom I had with people who reached out to me I've never met. We've got 4 media
That's
interviews
awesome.
set up. I think once you let people know what's going on and you challenge them, because I think there's so much noise in our world right now, people get overwhelmed. And I don't think they're not willing to do good. I think they just have so much on their plate that, you know, at the end of the day, they just want to go home, crack a bottle of wine, and go, wow, I made it through another day, which I'll probably do tonight anyway. But it's just a matter of mindset. It's a matter of showing people the power of the possible. It's a matter of multiplying 6 by 18. You know, the 6 inches between your ears by the 18 inches from your head to your heart can create a pretty incredible map of possible if you're willing to pursue it. You got to opt in. Nobody's going to opt in for you.
I appreciate that you make it really easy to do the right thing. So when I know I'm going to take it back to my horse training, but when you're training a horse, you try to make the right thing easy to do and the wrong thing hard to do. And I think what MOR is it's an outline of, you know, here's an easy way to do the right thing. And for somebody who wakes up in the morning in the midst of this and of all that noise that you're talking about, it's not always easy to figure out what the right thing is to do. And so I hope more people get involved in the MOR program. I know that was redundant. I should have said that in better English. I hope all of the people get involved in the MOR program, and we'll put that link below this discussion, you know, and it's just from my tiny box out in the middle of the country of, you know, Virginia, and you're in the midst of it every single day. You know, you're 10 feet away from the front door to Broad Street, and I'm 70 miles away from you. So it's what makes the world go round. And I've leaned on you, I've texted you, I've emailed you, I've called you just to know that you're okay and to tell you how I was feeling and for you to ask me if I was okay, and what I needed. And that's what has kept me sane, is that you've been telling your team, we were here before, we're here right now, the cars are still coming in, we're going to be here after. And so having, in the midst of the panic, having a relationship, a friendship, and surrounding myself with people that can support me and that can allow me to support them, which you make really difficult, sir, is
That cat, though, that cat
what
got to figure out. That cat out in Williamsburg, you got to take pointers from him. The one
what
you got so
happened
mad
with the
at me
cat
about.
in Williamsburg?
When I attended
Oh,
your
yeah,
seminar, I attended your day long.
yeah.
Got so mad I was petting that cat. I think the quote was, that cat knows you better than any of us do. Well, maybe she does. I don't know, but she had the right mojo. You were
So
very great.
the last thing that I'm gonna leave this with is that I remember you picked up a poll and you said, look, this is the amount of pain you're gonna go through, and you can take it this way, and you can take it this way, or you can take it this way. It's up to you, but this is the amount of pain. So we're gonna leave it with the cat wisdom and with Mark Smith's description of pain.
Yeah, I've got some calls to make to my equine friends to ask them why they caused a toilet paper shortage. So I need to get down to that.
All right. So we're going to put the link to the MOR campaign down there with your mug. And I might actually swap your mug for Dudley's mug on the webpage, because, you know, people want to click on cute puppy pictures. So we have 3 CGOs right now. Dudley.
Well, you got 1, I've got 2. So yeah. No, Dud passed.
Okay.
Dud passed in December.
Yeah. Oh.
14 years. He had good. It's all good. All good. Was it?
Dude, well, I appreciate your time. I keep getting these notices that my internet connection is unstable, which I got to tell you, I don't understand how we have internet on the International Space Station, but we can't get internet out in the country. So that's the next thing that we've got to solve. But I appreciate you. That's above your pay grade. What? Nothing's above your pay grade. Like that's a mindset.
I'm a very simple guy who changes oil for a living. So, it's not like I need a PhD to do what I do.
Well, I love you for it, and a lot of other things, and I appreciate you always making time for me this morning and beyond, and I will see you soon. I know that. So any last words of wisdom before I shut off the recording and then say goodbye? Or say, see you later, not goodbye, see you later.
We're going to get through this. Focus forward. We're going to get through this. One foot in front of the other. This is a new reality. It's everybody's reality. So you can either whine about it or you can do something about it. I'll leave the whine to other folks.
Mark Smith, ladies and gentlemen.